that I noticed I was a little too quiet, and at home right now, so
I wonder where Brad is taking me.
I'm actually going to and I just found this new bike. Oh, okay. And I'm gonna try and customize it. But yeah, so part 3 of Saints Row and Saints Row 4, and again, this is probably one of my favorite games. Like just series-wise, I love Saints Row. They're funny, man. They got the games. They're always funny. They got some pretty good puns in them, and you know, stuff that even like it was a couple episodes ago I didn't catch up until then. Like I caught it and it like blew my mind. I don't remember if that was on here, if it was on something else. But you know, like I caught something that I didn't catch in the other games. Oh yeah, it was, cause yeah, that's right. Y'all really want to know what blew my mind last game? Y'all can just go watch it yourself. But yeah. Yeah, well, I plan on doing all the DLC after the. I don't know, I kind of like the paint job. I don't want to make it. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that as it is. I'm gonna make the whole trim black though. But yeah, you know, sorry I didn't put it up as early as I usually do. Just it'd been a long day. Really tired, you know. Again, Spanish be putting some serious stress on me, and yeah, it kind of showed out today. I don't. It's not. I don't have any issues with my Spanish teacher or anything. But it's just, man, Spanish is just a hard class, and there ain't nothing else I can really say other than it's a hard class, and I just have issues just being, I guess, a good Spanish student, and I went flying. You know, it's just because it's such a hard class. It's one of those things where it's like,
I actually enjoy driving.
Since it's just like, it's hard to concentrate because it's just a hard
data
class.
clusters seem to be loose bits of code left behind by the simulation for some reason. I've only been able to locate a small amount right now, which I'm having trouble locking onto. Once in the general area of a cluster, I should be able to direct you to its location.
But yeah, you know, it's just Spanish is a hard class.
Kinsey, why are you sending me after these?
And you know, it's just all this like, you gotta know the nouns, and if you don't know the nouns,
Where exactly are they?
I'm still trying to figure out precisely what they are, but they seem like they'll be useful. There are several near my warehouse. I can't pinpoint their exact locations, but I marked the general areas for you.
Okay.
but you know, it's not a hard class. Well, I mean, it is a hard class. And like I said, it's not the teacher. You know, she's a great teacher, and there's plenty of students that do well in her class. And you know, I mean, she's a great teacher. She's a very nice lady. You know, somebody that knows who I'm talking about.
Watch your proximity meter to see if you're getting closer to the cluster or farther away.
And you know, she's nice. She's a nice teacher.
Think I got one, Kinsey? You sure this thing's safe?
Safe-ish. Just keep getting them.
And it was like, you know, I didn't know what I was. You know, there's this assignment that's due, right?
Oh, I love this song. Come on, Kinsey, sing it with me.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, come on! I'll even let you be the cat.
Not gonna happen.
We come together. Now your turn, come on. And you know, it ain't fiction. Come on!
No.
Kinsey, that's an order from your president.
Fuck that.
This is why we aren't closer.
But oh, since there's music playing, go ahead and state I do not own any music in this video. You know, all rights given to those who actually wrote the songs, or if they signed the stuff, or you know, the people that own the Saints Row company to actually do it. But yeah, you know, like I said, like I don't have any issues with my teacher, and thank God, because if I did honestly have issues with the teacher, that class I would have even of a worse grade. But like today, there's not a big assignment, it's a daily grade, but I didn't know that, and it had me like really stressed out. because it's these walk-in, like how, I don't know if you're watching this and you were in school or still are.
This data is amazing. Incomplete, but amazing.
I know I'm gonna regret this, but...
And, it's just like... Oh, it's just... It's this thing, and it's big, and,
You bet, boss.
Can I remove favorite mode? Oh, okay.
How is it amazing?
It seems that anything that broke the normal rules of the simulation deposited loose data that can be incorporated into your programming.
I actually kind of understand that.
But since the data is so fragmented, it doesn't leave behind a complete subroutine to loop into your codebase.
Nope, never mind, you're talking gibberish again.
It's simple. The more clusters you get, the more you can upgrade and alter your abilities.
Now we're talking the same language.
Let's hate that. But, yeah, and like I said, it's this big... It's a big grade, and,
You piece of shit!
I'm just worried because I don't have it nearly complete. It's not a big grade, it's just a daily grade, but I didn't know that, and, we have this thing called Edmodo. Most schools, I think, use it, and, I sent her a message, like one of those messages that the other students can't see, because,
So, 3 of these enough?
Still missing some key fragments. Get one more and we'll see.
because some of the students know I'm not the smartest in that class and not great at it.
So
But,
these data thingies...
Clusters.
Fine, clusters. If they can be so useful, then why isn't Zinyak sending his people out to collect them?
Why would they need them?
To give his people a boost or something. I don't know, you're the one who says they're amazing.
If Zinyak wants to change the code for his people, he can just... He wrote the simulation!
Yeah, but what about keeping us from... You know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna accept this and move on.
Probably better that way.
So this is, I'm not great at driving in games, and I was trying to mess with the angle of the car. But yeah, no, it's not a big grade, which I'm glad because I don't have it complete.
Shit! Zinyak destroyed my apartment!
That place should have been condemned a long time ago.
Well, I always thought it had character.
That should be enough. Let's see what I can do here. Check your hub.
Oh, wait, hold up, do I? There we go. But no, she's a nice teacher, and Spanish is a hard class to teach, and so I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm like amazing or like that she's a bad teacher, because she's not, and it's I'm not studying hard enough for that class, and
This feels awesome!
Here, let me load up a training program for you to test your powers.
I would look so much better in that than she would.
but
What am I supposed to do in here?
The code says you can jump long distances and run at super high speeds. How about starting with a small jump?
forgot I don't have all
Okay,
my
try
powers.
focusing on charging your jump. That should get you higher.
How the hell am I supposed to jump up that?
Try pushing off from the wall each jump.
I can climb walls?
It'd be more accurate to say you can jump up them repeatedly.
Same difference.
Ooh, throw that ass in a circle. But no, she's a nice teacher, and her class, there's students who do good in it, there's students who do bad in it. And I think as a student you have to understand that it's just not everybody is going to be a amazing Spanish,
Whoa!
This time I blew the building's part.
speaking
Try making
student.
that jump.
And I learned some stuff, and I think that's the main thing, is that you learn something from Spanish class. Like, I think if I really had to ask somebody like some questions in the Spanish language, I could. And to me, that's an A+. But no, and it's just like the issue was, like I said, like I said, it was just stressful because today, mainly because of that, and it's like I didn't know if it was gonna be like a freaking quiz grade because I have a C in her class. Barely it's a high C, and I know after some tests get put in, it won't be a high C anymore. And I have to take her final, and finals are coming up. And I'm just worried. You know, I was just really worried that that like this is going to be a huge grade, and you know, because I didn't have it nearly completed because I don't do the daily work in her class, like the walk in, and it's like
Liking this.
time. It's pretty much a time waster, if you know what I'm saying. And you guys have probably had
Okay,
teachers.
now for the big test. Use your super speed to get a running start and leap to that opposite building.
Oh, you
I
gotta
don't
be
know what
joking.
happens when you
Just
fall like
try it.
straight off. Oh, it just responds you. But no, and like I said, you know, it's just I thought it was gonna be a huge grade, and thankfully, you know, she wasn't like, you know, you should pay attention more in class, Carlos, and all this stuff. And she just said, you know, oh, you mean the Capanas that are due? And I said, yeah. And she said that that would only be
See?
a
You did
small
it.
daily grade, and that gave me a huge sigh of relief. Not wear my contacts this time. If y'all saw the last
I
video.
think I figured out how this collecting the power orbs, which should boost your new speed. Every time you hit a checkpoint, you'll be able to stay in the program a bit longer so you can reach the end. Though you probably want to avoid the firewalls along the way. Good luck.
But anyways, like, I'm not wearing my contacts because I rubbed my eyes yesterday, and I actually, y'all saw me, I shifted them inward, and like they crushed up and in like my eye. It was extremely
What's all this
painful.
stuff here anyway?
Don't know, but it seems like when you break through any checkpoints along the race, the district's reality matrix will overload a little.
That means something to me?
It means the simulation doesn't like it, and we're able to control the area.
Sounds simple enough.
It did the first time I said it too.
You know I love you, Kinsey.
Lies.
But yeah, I'm just glad it's a daily grade because that definitely gives me a sigh of relief, especially for that class. There's a lot of other classes. Actually, no, I can't say that because I actually did to exempt 2 of my exams, which, or no, 4. And yeah, that's the first time last year. Oh my God, I tried honors, like being an honors student, and this is my first time in an honors classroom. Oh God, you would have thought my grades were hilarious. I mean, all C's, 2 plus 2 not knowing what it is. I didn't do honors math. It was the only class I didn't do honors in. Because if you know me, I can't math. I can lit though. I love literature class. It's an easy class, an easy A. The last year I did not do any F. The only reason I don't say the full words because my sister sometimes watches these videos and I really don't want her to. But anyways, I didn't care at all at any frickin' point last year, and
I
that
wonder if I
really
have time to get a manicure real
really reflected on my grade. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. My grade showed that I really gave no fucks last year. And, oh yeah, now we got a super run though. But, yeah, no. It definitely showed that I did not, care last year, and I've actually tried a little bit more. I've actually, you know, tried harder this year, and I'm not in an honors class. Because, I mean, I would try, don't get me wrong, like, I did try a lot, and it was just, honors was just crazy, and I just, it was a hard thing for me to learn, and, I never could learn how to really do some of the stuff in honors. And this year, I, totally dropped out, and, but my honors lit teacher at my old school, man, since I'm talking about teachers, she was older. Okay, I'm not gonna say her name because she may not want me to, you know, say some of this stuff. Yeah, or I mean, she didn't do anything bad, so I mean, but it's a privacy thing, and it's, you know, something definitely that you know, should be respected for these, you know, people, especially since I'm talking so highly of them. But
Take that from me?
she was a great teacher. I loved her class, and I loved going in there. Oh no, let's not play that copyrighted music. But you know, and I liked her as a teacher, and her class was always interesting, and it was always fun. I had friends in it. It was a good class, period. And but the issue with it, with like her class, was this. I didn't do this project, right? Because if y'all know me, I hate projects. I think I don't think they're valuable for a student's education. You know, I try not to do them, and that really was the bane of my existence in middle school, or not middle school. I was in high school, but that really brought my grades down, and that was definitely an issue. But in like, this was the end of the year, right? And I had like a 69 in this like honors lit class, but for some reason our school didn't have this rule, like at at the school I go to currently, where it was, oh hey look, you get plus 3 points, because in that case I would have 72 in the class. But no, I was failing, and this teacher, you know, it's the end of the year, and you know, I was like begging her. And at the beginning of the year, I didn't think I was gonna like her. She seemed like really like one of those teachers. She like seemed not like a tough teacher, but like one who just wouldn't take your crap. And she eventually like was like, "Hey, look, you know," she was like, "Oh, Charlie, you know, if you want, well, Charles, because that's what I was known by then, but she was like, I can try and find some work for you to do." It's the last day of school. And, you know, I didn't know if I was failing that class or not. It was really eerie that, it was at the last week. It wasn't really the last day. But it was the last day I would have her class, because we did some weird thing where, there was one actually. Oh, alright, for a second I thought that looked cool, but not as much. But, and anyways, it was like the last day I had her as a teacher, and she was like, I can try and find you some work that you didn't turn in, and you can take the quiz. And I took this like quiz over some Edgar Allan Poe shit that I did not know. I will say, I fell asleep in the middle of reading, in the middle of us like reading it. And it was, and I had to like just really think, and you know, I gave it to her, she called me up there, and I was like really freaking nervous. You know, I was nervous because I didn't know if I had passed that class. And then she was like, that brought your grade up enough to us, like I think it was, my grade had reached like,
I wonder where Brad is taking me to dinner tonight.
71. And I, to this day, credit that teacher so much. She was, and it made me seem like a lazy student, and like, you know, say this openly, like say that stuff, like say stuff like that. But I mean, oh man, I remember like the actual last day of school. Right, I like walked up to her and I just like thanked her, and like I will never forget that teacher, because she was just, you know, she really did me a favor by like, you know, hold up, let's see. But
I'm sending you a tower I'd like you to climb. I'd like to track some data on your jump ability for my personal records.
I don't remember that being a quest. Was that a side quest? That's totally a side quest. Oh well, we'll do it. But no, and like I said, she was a great teacher, and it was honors. And that year, just, you know, again, like my grades pretty much being all C's except for the 1A I had, and honors like freaking civics. I remember like hold up, y'all. What's that? My mom get me food. Shoot, I don't know what I want from Taco Bell. Oh yeah, I'll send. Yeah, all right. But anyways, but you know, like I said, you know, and again with projects, I was not a project kid. I hated projects, like, you know, the graded assignment stuff, because I saw it as freaking useless. I mean, like, I don't know why my mom's sending me LOL, but I think my sister's got my mom's phone. But, I mean, like, oh, there must be another thing I gotta jump on. No, hardcore skills are not on fleek. But no, and, it's just, man, oh my god, I cannot get up there. Oh my god. But you know, I was not a project kid. I hate the project grading assignments, that type of stuff, because, like, I just do not think you get any learning, like, value from it. Now, I've had teachers who call stuff project, but trust me, that ain't a project. That's just like a big graded assignment. Hold up. Oh, okay. I'm stupid. But and yeah, like the project, like a grading assignment, and you know, I'm fine with those. Like, you take this piece of paper home with you, and you know, there's your graded assignment. I'm super chill with that, because I nail those, and, like, you know, I'll get 100 for that. That's why I got like an 86 in algebra right now. It's because my algebra teacher, he was all like, hey man, you guys are gonna, oh no, he's like, you guys are gonna take this home, and it's gonna be a test grade. And yeah, you saw everybody rolling their eyes, and I was just sitting there like, yes, yes. And because it was this grade assignment, and I did it on my own. I never needed anyone's help. Straight 100. And y'all, just letting y'all know, I'm not like an all-A student. Before you get that impression, you know, I don't get all A's. I'm nowhere near all A's. You know, this year's probably my closest though, actually, now that I think about it. But I usually don't get these straight A student grades, and you know, but if there's some stuff that I'm like, oh, I know I could use this, and that'll definitely help me, man, I definitely am going to take advantage of an easy classwork grade, and I sure did before, at that time when my coach assigned that. But it's just, man, it's just one of those things where, you know, I don't like projects. And here's another prime example. This made me so depressed. There was this project I had to do for civics, and you had to write all these amendments and 3 paragraphs worth explaining each amendment. And we had like a month to do it, right? And me, if you're someone like me, I have a problem called chronic procrastination. I don't do projects. And I never told my parents about this project, right? Like, I kept my mouth shut because I did not want to have to write, what was it, like, and I ended up doing the math at school, because I realized, you know, one of my friends was like, bro, that project's due today, or tomorrow. They asked me how much I had done, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot about the civics project. And I totally forgot about this civics project, and I knew I was screwed. And that's sure enough what happened. I did 8 of them that night. I sat there and I did the math about, because there was a bunch of stuff you had to do. It was more than just writing a paragraph. You had to write like a whole thing about it. Then you had to draw a description of it, and it got really in depth. And I turned in 8 of like the 30 amendments. And this honors civics teacher, she had a sub in that day, and I didn't turn shit in, did I? can't remember. No, I did turn something in. But, like, I remember she said something like, oh, people whose project I don't have, and, or something. Or she said something about the project. And, like, my stomach, no, she was there. And my stomach just dropped. The fear that I thought that failed me. That was the first project in, like, I think my entire life that I just decided not to do. I just wanted to, I really don't care. And all of a sudden, man, I thought I was gonna throw up that day after I turned it in. And man, it was nasty. I got, oh man, like, but I remember the night before that project was due, and I was doing them. I like was crying and shit. I wasn't crying, but I was like losing it, man. I was like grabbing my hair and just like stress balling that because I had no clue what I was doing. And I did the math at school, and I realized that I would have to do like, I would have to stay up till 2 o'clock. No, I had to stay up all night. It was, I think, up till 6 in the morning was the stuff I did. And I would have to average like 2 per hour. And when I realized how far behind I was, I gave up. Like, I remember I gave up. And I thought about, like, and you know, this is when you know you're like hella depressed about a project or like a school grade that you know is coming up tomorrow. I was seriously thinking about, like, I have my arm put up against the corner of my door on my elbow, and I seriously thought about breaking my elbow just so I didn't have to turn that project in and I'd have more time. I seriously, and I think, and if I'm right, I think I actually thought about, like, tried it, but I was too much of a wimp and wouldn't, like, actually slam my elbow on it. It was kind of like a soft tap. But I remember, oh my god, that was probably, like, the saddest I'd ever been, like, about school before, because I thought I failed that class, and, oof, that was intense. I remember that. But dude, I mean, damn. As much as people want to say, like, oh dude, school sucks, I hate school, like, I get that. I really do. Because there have been times, like, where, like, you know, like I just said, school's pushed me to the limit, and, like, I've just been pushed so far to the limit, I've, like, lost it, you know, mentally, and, like, I've really just been, like, not broken, but you know what I'm saying? And, it's just one of those things where it's like, dude, freaking school, man. As much as I hate it, though, I love school. As much as, like, I hate it. I mean, like, I know I hate it and all, but at the same time I like it, because, you know, a lot of my friends I wouldn't have met because of school. Oh god, I have some really funny school stories, and just stuff like that. And you know, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you actually another funny school story. If you guys have ever heard of Lee County, Georgia, is where my old school was, and I forgot what you hit the, like, there was this girl at our school, right? I went to elementary school with this girl, right? And then all of a sudden, it comes out, like, she's not there one day, and she was like, you know, I'm not gonna say her name, we'll just call her Jordan. Alright? And she's this girl I went to elementary school with, and, like, you know, she was really nice in elementary school, and all that, you know what I'm saying? And then it was like, all of a sudden, this thing came out that, that she killed somebody. And I mean, you know, she kind of got into some, like, stuff, if you get what I'm saying, like, you know, like, drugs and all that. And it was one of those things where I was like, no, with this girl, there's no way. And then all of a sudden, my buddy, no, we're not gonna say his name either. We're gonna say James, right? Bust his phone out in the middle of lunch to prove it, and pulls up an article from the Lee County News, and this just like Jordan, so and so, well, it didn't say her name because she was a minor, but it said all this stuff, and there was a video, like pictures of them, and I was like, nah, and he was like, yeah, everyone's saying she's suspect 3 because you know she's a minor, and they couldn't state her name in the paper. And then like a day later, man, everybody knew about this shit, right? And everybody was asking if she'd always been like she was, and always had like kind of had these underlying problems. And I was like, I knew her in elementary school and middle school. And in middle school, you kind of saw around 7th grade, you know, stuff. She started getting into some crazy, just like, you know, you'd hear her talk about stuff, and you were like, this doesn't remind me of you. And me and her were still tight, you know, we were still friends. And, you know, I still think of me and her as friends. You know, we're still pretty chill, and like, I haven't really talked to her since then. But she wasn't, I don't think, she wasn't arrested. I think they ended up letting her go, for like certain reasons. And, but like, when everyone thought that she killed this dude, right? And she was in the court, you saw her walk in a jumpsuit with 3 other people in these like handcuffs and like ankles, like shit around her ankles, like, and she couldn't barely freaking walk. And it, like, I remember how scared I was for her, because, you know, again, I still thought of her as a friend, but it actually turns out that they were there because this man had some pot plants, and you know, that's what they were there for. And this man says something to one of them, and I guess they didn't really agree with what this man had said. A fight had ensued, and this guy refused to go to the hospital. But the cops came by later, and this man, you know, the cop comes walking up the door, tries to get inside, and this man has a heart attack, right? Like has like a straight up like heart attack on the floor. Over what had happened, like of this cop coming, like had a heart attack like a couple seconds after he kicked the cop out of his house, and that's why they let her go, because she had not killed him, but the rumor was that she had killed him in the fist fight with that group of people. And a lot of people still think that they still should have. Hey, she still got a bunch of. I think she ended up still doing, I think, like, some juvie sentences. I don't know how long. She was in there. I don't even know if she really did go to juvie. Oh, these are all up in the air because I haven't talked to her since, because I moved out of Georgia since then. And, you know, and that's just.
So, you know how you like blowing things up?
And that's, you know, really what had happened. But I just, dude, I remember being so nervous when I saw that. Like, I mean, I was like, well, I mean, she really killed him, you know. I was like, she deserves what she's getting if she really did kill him. But, you know, I guess since it didn't, I guess it worked out for everybody. But, man, nah, I remember being...
This is how the Saints do things.
I just remember, like, worrying about it, like, just being seriously, like, I wasn't paranoid, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't, like, scared, because, you know, I had nothing to do with it, you know, like I said, me and her hadn't really
I think it's time you surrender.
conversated as much as we used to in elementary school. But I guess it's one of those things, man, it's an example of how drugs really can, you know, like, I've done stupid stuff. You know, I've had friends who've done stupid stuff, but, I mean, I haven't done something that serious, and, just, like, to the point of killing people, and, you know, it's just, it's crazy to see how stuff like that really changes people, and, it's one of those things that reminds me, stay away from drugs. Let it be known that Wolfpack /Charlie / whatever you want to call me condones. I do not condone drugs. Stay away from drugs. But it's just, again, dude, I mean, it is crazy. And there's like these people you know, and then you see them on the news for killing people, or possibly, because again, she didn't kill them. you know, possibly killing people over that stuff, and you're like, it ain't worth it, man. But yeah, you know, I have, man, there's been so many funny stories, and I'm probably going to tell more of them like that. Let's see, I'm trying to recycle some from my 9th grade year mainly. There hasn't been that many, like, amazing stories that I just like, oh man, that's going to stick with me. Oh, let's go at 8th grade. How about 8th grade? Alright, so there was this, my buddy, I'm going to call him, let's see, what are we going to call him? We ain't going to call him Tank, alright? He's built like a tank. He's like me, he's a big guy, played football for a while. Big dude, best friends, me and him, man. We were tight, right? And, this man comes to school, and, his brother had gotten him a little tipsy. They drank a couple beers, and then it led from that to being, you know, high. And, this man shows up high. And I kid you not, this man was all over the fucking place. I mean, like, laying on shit, acting out of his mind, and I didn't know he was high at first, and then I realized, I was like, this man is high. And I mean, oh, it's probably best to leave it at that. I don't want people finding out who he actually is. He's a good friend of mine, so.
Before you can take out the main hub, which of course is protected by even more sin. So, good luck with that.
So, what exactly is a hotspot?
Basically a giant workstation. A system like the simulation you're in probably requires constant maintenance, which is what these seem to be for.
Is this the only one?
Of course not.
But you know, I mean, I love my friends, man, and you know, I mean, it's one of those things, man. You ain't a friend with somebody till you're willing to die with them. And my buddy Tank, you know, me and him back since 8th grade, since we met in 8th grade. You know, it's hard to think in 2 years you can get that. Just I would take a bullet for you, you would take a bullet for me, kind of mentality over 2 years. But dude, like after we really became friends that year, man, like the first year we met each other, we kind of had that just mentality of, you know, I'm willing to die for you, man, you're willing to die for me. And that's like one of those things, you know, you don't meet a lot of friends in your lifetime. You meet a lot of acquaintances, is what they call them. Like a lot of the guys that sit at my lunch table, you know, I call them friends, but I know, man, these guys ain't guys I'm gonna kick it with after graduation. But like my buddy Tank, man, me and him, oh man, we'll probably kick it all the time. I mean, I know I'm in a freaking completely different town, new county, new school, but me and that man still keep up with each other. And it's just one of the things, man, it's just because we're such good friends. It's one of those friendships that you can't break, you know what I'm saying? And I love the man very, very dearly in an unconditional way, not in a gay way. You know, we're both straight, you know. And he's a great friend, and
she said this.
that's all he is. Because I just said I love him, and that's kind of weird now that I think about it. But you know, he's a chill friend of mine. He's great, and you know, I guess he's the story of the time you know, that whole take a bullet for each other mentality really played in. Was so we had this long-term sub, because our teacher, Miss we're gonna call her Miss G, was pregnant, and it was one of those things you didn't really know if she was serious about her relationship, because she'd only been married with this dude for like, I don't know if they've been married long or what.
Jesus, would you look at the size of that thing?
But
Focus on the shield generators,
I mean,
otherwise
she
you'll
was
never
a
get to the main console.
pretty teacher. And but anyways, this long-term sub, we gonna call her Miss A, and Miss A was probably my favorite substitute. Now currently a teacher at Lee County High School, or not high school, middle school, Campus West. You find her, I forgot, she's an 8th grade teacher. And
Guess I just,
you know, if you know her, you know, hit me up. No, not hit me up, but you know, if you figure out who I'm talking about, West Campus, you know, oh yeah, ask her about Charlie and his friend. Again, can't state his name because I don't know if he wants to. Just refer to that man as Z. It's just straight up Z. Say, you know, I heard about the story, but Charlie never really said the guy's name because this is over a video. You know, but anyways, long story short, me and this man, me and my friend Tank, again, as I refer to him as, we did some funny stuff to this teacher. We thought it was
Get to the console at the base of the structure.
Oh, sure.
she's one of those teachers. You got those teachers that you can get away with like virtually anything with. She was like that because she liked me and Z, and she loved my name. She loved the name Charles for some reason, and but you know, she liked me and Zach, and a lot of students hated me. Oh my God. Sorry, thanks. Hope y'all didn't catch that. But she liked me and my buddy Tank, and shit, I kind of mad about how I said his name, but anyways, she liked me and Z, or me and Tank, but you know, and we were good friends.
I'm showing some strange readings close to you.
And we were really chill.
Okay, fiery sky and rain.
And she liked us. You know, we weren't
But it
complete
isn't reading like a normal thing.
dicks, right? You know, we weren't mean students. You know,
And that means
I mean,
what?
there were mean students at Lee County, and if you know Lee County High, a lot of the sophomores there are dicks. You know, I don't know really now, but I remember at the time there were a lot of jerky kids in my 8th grade class, and I hated them. And that's why I had that close-knit group of friends, because, you know, I never really got along with a lot of these kids. There would be a lot of fights in locker rooms between them, and my buddy Z, he got in the most fights. I didn't really get in any, I don't think, 8th grade, but I mean, I remember we all hated him, right? And you know, and you know, we didn't like a lot of people. Let's put it that way. We had a close group of friends. There were a lot of people that we trusted, or just didn't hate. I mean, like, you were pretty much chill with us as long as if we didn't hate you. Anyways, like, so we got away with a lot of stuff because the sub really liked us, this long-term sub, and I like that. I like the fact that we could get away with a lot of stuff with it, and we really did use it to our advantage. There was one day in weightlifting. All right, we took weightlifting in 8th grade, and the day before, the coach told us he got pissed.
Yes, bravo. Perhaps my wardens underestimated you. I won't let them make the same mistake twice.
That can't be good.
Forget about him, Kinzie. How about setting up one of those training rooms for me?
I think I can do that.
But our coach, like, forgot his name. God.
So what did I get? Huh? Teleportation? Laser vision? Bone claws? Please let it be bone claws.
Whoa. Looks like the ability to freeze people and objects with an ice blast.
That sounds awesome.
Let me load up a few targets from the simulation for you.
Hold on. Are you putting in people who will try to kill me?
Don't worry, these are safe programs. You can't die from them.
Is anyone counting these kills?
But anyways, he got really mad, and I remember he like said that we were gonna have to flip tires, and you know, me and Zach were big, you know, heavyweight, one of the top weightlifting groups of class when it came to the amount of weight we were lifting, and we were big, and you know, we're not fat, but we were just the build, and
It looks like data clusters can be.
we were big enough.
Use your blast to knock them
I
out.
think I said that man's name again. God damn. But me and my buddy Tank,
I'll see if I can help you. Okay, you should be able to recover from being knocked
we were really chill.
now. Hold on. It looks like Zinyak added a shield to the Morgan code. I guess you pissed him off.
What
But
else is new?
anyways,
So how do I get around it?
he was like, dude, I really don't want to flip tires. Because we don't flip. And if you flip tires, our coach was like, oh, you guys are bigger, you flip the big ass tires. So we got tired as shit. Always. We were always like wiped out, and we still had a period left the day. And he said that we were gonna have to lift weights again, or with tires. And we were like, no. And that day, in that morning, that Z, he hits me on the shoulder in first period with Miss Anderson. He's like, he's like, man, I don't want to flip tires. And I was like, bro, I don't want to flip tires either, man. And so he's like, okay, well, how about this? And genius idea. And I was freaking smart. We both had these big ass erasers that we got from like the school library earlier, and like they were long and like sort of like almost like noodles, but they were a little bit wider, and the whole idea behind it was we were gonna get eraser shavings everywhere, and so we did, and our teacher, Miss A, the long-term sub, was like, okay, you guys, like, we did this, right? And we spent the whole, I think our team, our little, like, because we were separated into teams, which are like smaller groups of students and smaller groups of classes, that teachers taught social studies and science, right? So it would be like one half of the semester would be science, the other half history. And so we had 55 minutes, almost an hour in this class, right, with these erasers. So we got shavings everywhere because we did not want to flip tires. And sure enough, right, she found the eraser shavings that period and was like, Charles, again, Z, and she got really mad at us, and she said the custodians have to clean all this up, and they don't have time for you guys playing around. I mean, she would still get on to us, but we would never get in that serious trouble. And at the end of class, we approached her. Okay? Yes. And we were like, we're really sorry about the whole eraser shavings that happened earlier today. And, at the end of class. And, we'd like to offer to, during connections, because we had connections at the end of the day, come and clean up the eraser shavings instead of having the custodian do it. And she said, okay, you guys can do that, and I'll write you guys an excuse. And so me and Zach, we were pumped, right? We were going off the walls at the end of that period, like, oh my God, we don't have to flip tires.
All right.
We thought it was genius. We spent the entire weightlifting period in there. Had a note, said please excuse Charles and Z from their connection classes. They were doing some work for me, and that was like the golden pass, man. But we didn't want to stretch it, right? We didn't want our connection teachers to email her and ask her why we didn't show up, right? And so we kept we didn't stretch it. We went back to our seventh. No, that would have been for us our 5th period. Most kids had 6 periods. We had 5 because of that teacher Holton. That was a little bit different than the rest of the school, right? And so we walk in there and we walk in our 6th period, yeah. Wait. 5th period. And, we were, like, really happy we didn't have to do it. Now, me and Zach, Z, were in the same classes from 1st period to 4th period. There was 1 period in the day that me and him weren't in the same class. So that's how we became really good friends over a year. And,
constructed a door that'll allow your mind to get out of the simulation and back into your body. Head toward it.
Got it. Fill me in, Kenzie. What do we know about the Zen invasion?
The good news is they didn't get everybody. Just a whole bunch of people. According to what I've been able to decipher, the simulation is designed to house the best and the brightest specimens from various worlds.
The best and brightest from an entire planet? How big is this thing?
Big. But they haven't gotten to all of Earth yet. Just the major cities. Last I heard, Oleg was up at Camp David. That area doesn't look like it's been hit yet.
So we got people left on Earth. Good to know.
Once you're free from the simulation, I can sever your connection to the Zin Matrix. This will allow me to retrieve your body here in the real world without you suffering permanent brain damage.
Where am I in the real world? Like, what are they doing to my body?
It's in a safe place. Once you're free, I'll pick you up at the landing platform.
But anyways, right? You know, we were so pumped. Next day, we come walking and weightlifting. Everyone's like, "Where were you guys?" We were like, you know, man. And we gave them a spiel about our genius plan to get our lifting tires. They were like, "Oh, we didn't flip tires." And we were like, "Oh, well, we got out of weightlifting. We don't got swim muscles." They're like, "No. There was a sub in weightlifting, and we played football." And we were like, "Really? Really?" Like, we never would get to play football and weightlifting. There were maybe a few times that weightlifting got to play football. Oh, hold up.
Kenzie, door's locked.
Wrong door.
Oh, nicely done. Well, that didn't go terrible.
Can you quit being a baby and just walk in?
Look, lady, we're doing this in my time.
No, you're not.
But and so it was like we were so mad because we never really got to play football that often, and then it was like, boom, you had your free chance to play football, and you missed it. Good, you know, and that was it. And I was so infuriated, and so was Zach. We were just Zeke, and we were just so mad that that happened. And
oh, I feel like a toilet at a bus stop.
I still won't let. But I guess that goes to show you nothing comes good out of cut in class. And the teacher wasn't in there, man. I don't know where Miss A was during all that, but I mean, she wasn't in there.
I need to get to that platform.
And I was all about that. And we still got to chill out for like another 55 minutes. No, it was 45. We had to chill out for another like 45 minutes, you know. And in a classroom without a teacher. And that was so freaking chill.
It's Kinsey.
And and I'm trying to think of some other good stories, man. 8th grade. Because 8th grade was fire, though.
Oh, shit.
Hey, what are you doing?
Oh, shit. I missed it. Oops. But, no, 8th grade was fire. I mean, we had a great time. Me, Z, my other buddies. Yeah, it's just, that was always one of those, like, years that it was just, like, best year, but also the worst year. But the whole thing about me, you know, that whole willing to take a bullet mentality.
What are you doing?
Was my buddy, me and my buddy Z, right? This kid in our class, we'll call him, I don't know. He was a country kid. I'm not gonna try and figure out a name for him. I never really liked him, and we were kind of joking around. This kid got his phone taken from him, right? And this is back with the long-term sub, and
Fuck is this place?
And like this is back with the long-term sub, and you know, so there's me.
I swear every time I come home, it's all, would you bring me? How come I never go on any raids? I got the same problem.
Shouldn't have fucked with the president!
But yeah, it was just.
All this
It was just on that real like status though. So he got his phone taken, and that was a big deal because you know you pretty much at our school $10 and you got your phone back, right? And this kid already had, I think, his phone taken up twice. That was $30 for his phone. And that's a lot of money for your freaking phone because you're like sending a text message. Or whatever he was messing with. And we were all like, oh hey man, we were joking around, we were like, we're gonna break this man's phone out. And they locked it up in these cabinets. I'm pretty sure you've seen them in your school if you're still a student. The big wooden cabinets that teachers have. And they locked it behind me. And I was joking around, and I stuck a paper clip in this, right? And I turned it as hard as I could, not thinking. And this was a plastic one. And I went to pull it out because nothing was happening. We were like, well damn, nothing happened. And it turns out, I found out second period, some kid was like, oh, they were like, oh, Miss
Kinsey,
A's,
where the hell are you?
Cabinet's broken.
Oh fuck.
And I was like, uh-oh. Like, and so it turns out that cabinet got broken from me. And I didn't know I broke it. Turns out it was a plastic paper clip that I put in there. And when I pulled it out, part of the paper clip came out of,
Enough of you. I'll just build a ladder back to Earth.
like, I mean, the paper clip
Come at me. I'll
was
kill
like,
every last one of you.
it was just, I remember I got so, like, I wasn't scared because, like, 7th grade was fun, but I was always scared of getting in trouble. And, you know, my buddy Z, he was really,
Understandable given your situation.
but my buddy Z was probably the, when it comes to it, was the person who kind of taught me not to be scared of teachers and stuff. And I really wasn't scared of ISS. And it turns out that they were going to give me an ISS, 5-base ISS. And I was pissed. And I mean, but it was one of those things where it's, I broke that thing, so I deserved it. But I remember being mad. Oh, hold up, I'll be quiet. If Z was black, that would be him. Saving my ass. But anyways, so we got this, and Z was with me when I did that, and people were saying it was me and Z, but everyone said I'm
getting us out of here.
Gee, Kinsey, thanks for saving my life. Why, thanks, boss. I love being appreciated. Boss, I'm the president now. When did you turn into such a jerk? Surprise, Kinsey. I've always been an asshole.
Thank you. I mean it.
You're not wearing pants.
This just got weird.
A little bit.
Can I fly now?
Knock yourself out.
Anyways, so me and my buddy Z, right? We got in this hole, man. We really couldn't get into ISS. My mom was too strict because she was a teacher. She didn't teach at that school, but she was still really strict on whether or not I got into ISS. And
you saved Keith David before me.
I passed by
Do a
him on the
barrel
way
roll.
out.
Well, how did you get out?
Let's just focus on flying, shall we?
You're right. Kinsey, this thing have a radio?
Radio signals bounce around space for...
Oh yeah, this is my jam.
I don't own this song. But anyways, right, so we were in this hole, man. ISS. He couldn't get in it anymore. ISS, or it was like, I don't think he would have been in alt school, but it was still like, hold up. Game Theory's doing a live stream now. In the middle of my live stream? No! But, yeah. And that was about it. You know, we couldn't get an ISS. And, you know, so we had to seriously do the... It was pretty bad when they said that. And, I was like, hey, look, more people have been saying it was me. He's been, like, added as an accomplice a couple times. And I was like, and when the teacher stopped me and asked, was Miss A, right? She usually liked me, I usually get away with stuff. He said, Charlie, look, this is going to be most likely ISS for you. And I was like really mad. You know, she pulled me out of line, which made me even more mad. So now me and Z weren't, you know, chilling out and having fun. And she's like, this is probably going to be ISS.
They're closing us in!
Stay on target.
You know, and then she was like, this will probably be ISS. And I was like, no. And eventually I just sort of accepted it. And she said, now I know Z was with you. Or Tank, Z, whatever. You know, I know he was with you, and I know he did it. Just call me. And, you know, you'll have one day of ISS. And,
We're not really leaving the others, are we?
Hell no. But if we're taking the fight to Zinyak, we'll need all the help we can get. Kinzie, can you get in touch with Oleg?
Yeah, we should be in range.
Huh. I always thought Nightblade was just a vampire show.
Oh no, my friend. It is the essence of drama. Hey, you need to take that?
You know anyone with the 217 area code?
Is that St. Louis?
Probably tell Marco.
Oof. Ignore.
Voicemail?
You want me to leave a message? It's all gone.
Well, I'd say this was a productive day.
You're a fucking monster.
Oh, don't act surprised. I told you this would happen.
You killed 7 billion people.
Whoops.
We're done talking.
He's not getting away with this.
You're goddamn right he's not. Kinzie, can you use this thing to place me back in the simulation?
Yeah, I think I should be able to.
Do it.
Wait, you want to go back in there? You can't kill Zinyak plugged into a computer.
I can kill a lot of people with a computer.
You, sure. You need help setting the DVR.
If taking over a small part of the simulation led you to me, taking over the whole damn thing has to do something good.
You don't even know what will happen.
She probably does.
The President is right. Whenever the simulation is disrupted, I have a small window to work my way inside the Zin security network. The more it's disrupted, the more time I'll have to map out Zinyak's mothership. I can identify structural weakness, locate where they're keeping our friends.
And find Zinyak.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
I apologize for
historians
the
look back on the
part.
fall of the Zin Empire, this will be the defining moment. An act that was supposed to demoralize, galvanized, and a course was set that the Saints could never back down from. But even more monumental is this. If the Earth was not destroyed, pragmatism would have won over desperation, and the Saints would never have been reunited with the most dangerous man in all of history, Johnny Gat. But ever as always, I'm getting ahead of myself. Like all good stories, the second act begins with a call to action and the building of a robot.
But anyways, and so she wanted me to sniff that Z out, and I was like, no. And in that moment, I was just like, nah. So it's just me. You know, I'm not gonna get Z in trouble for something he didn't do. And she just looked at me. She gave me that look, like she's like, you know that it's you and him. I didn't say anything, and that was it. And but I remember I was so mad that I said that day. But guess what? Because she liked me so much, I got at ISS. I was so happy, but if I probably would have ratted him out, she would have sent up the chain. Anyways, though. You guys, this has been a really freaking long part. So I'm gonna end it here. You know, this is your boy Charlie, signing off.